I am glad to welcome you to the Auto Problems channel. There are no cars that don't break down. But there are the most persistent and viable, delivering a minimum of trouble. We sort out the best offers up to 1.5 million rubles. The amount is sufficient for searching in a wide age range. We will also set the upper bar for mileage, no more than 80,000 km. By this point, usually only a few elements of the suspension begin to require attention. But the main units still have tens of thousands of kilometers of trouble-free service ahead. Opel Mokka I, we sold it until mid-2015, when the brand left the market. It is not easy to find a Mokka for 1.5 million, since the latest cars from 2014 to 2015 with mileage less than 50,000 km are worth less. There are even instances with a range of up to 20,000 km. In fact, these are new machines that, in the worst case, will have to change cracked seals. And still it is 1.2 to 1.3 million. And more worn ones offer cheaper than $1 million. The main engines are 1.4 supercharged and atmospheric 1.8. Both, 140 horsepower, both are combined with mechanics or automatic. Diesel 1.7, 130 horsepower, rare. Drive forward or full. Not a single unit is considered ultra-reliable, but it is not among the fragile ones either. The best option is 1.8 with a 4x2 manual gearbox. In theory, any complex ailments will begin by 150,000 km and even later. All this does not cancel the leaks and vagaries of thermostats and some sensors. The car is strong, perfectly prepared for frost and richly equipped. In significant runs at the age of 6 to 8 years, these are the owners cut through the city. Such cars often have traces of body repairs. Renault Captur 1.5 million is a red price for a 3-year-old first-hand Captur in a rich configuration with a 2.0 engine, automatic and all-wheel drive. Mileage is 30 to 40,000 km. So even the not very tenacious ancient DP8 machine will last a long time. In general engineering, the Captur is not much different from the more modest Duster. And this is good, since the survivability of the Duster has been experimentally proven. It breaks down in small things, like everything else, but life does not turn into a nightmare. There are no special questions for the unpretentious aspirated 1.6, 114 horsepower, and 2.0, 143 horsepower. According to the mind, it is better to avoid versions with CVTs. It is not known to what degree of wear and tear the previous owner brought them. Although they also keep 120,000 km with a good attitude. The most durable option is 2.0 with a manual gearbox. Another important plus of Captur, in addition to the indestructible suspension, is inexpensive maintenance. Just avoid cars after car sharing. Volkswagen Tiguan I, an excellent resilient machine under a number of conditions. Do not take a combination of a runaway 1.4 TSI engine and a DSG robot if you are counting on a cooperation period longer than 2 or 3 years, and ensure everything else is perfect care with regular oil changes. Optimum, restyling in 2013 to 2016 with a 2-liter engine. 170 horsepower, ICE and TF60 hydraulic automatic and all-wheel drive. If you install a normal radiator on the machine, many do this, it will live up to 300,000 km, but even in its normal form it can withstand 200,000. The supercharged motor was repeatedly subjected to improvements. In order to cure a terrible oil burner, the sets of pistons and rings were buried. By 2014, the engine has reached a certain perfection, although it still pesters with little things. It runs over 100. But for 1.5 million we have a Tiguan with a moderate mileage of 40 to 70,000 km. Excellent suspension and near-perfect ergonomics are available. Kia Sportage IV. There were a number of questions for the third generation of Sportage. The fourth plant worked much better. And with the modernization of the 2-liter G4 NA engine, 150 horsepower, in 2017, he closed the topic of possible problems with scuffs and liners. Which, however, usually arose not from the most caring owners. Sportage 2017 to 2018 with runs of 50 to 80,000 km fit well into 1.5 million. All options are available, automatic transmission or manual transmission with all-wheel drive or front-wheel drive. It is clear that mechanics with 4x2 are slightly cheaper on average. There are still certain complaints about the model. The resource of CV joints and the all-wheel drive clutch is unstable. I don't like the failures of the retention system in the lane, cheap leather on the steering wheel, delicate paint on the body. But by and large, nothing criminal. Toyota RAV4 IV, very harmonious and reliable car. The top version with a 2.5 engine, 180 horsepower, does not fit into 1.5 million. Prices start at 1.7 and go into the distance. Too bad, because the engine is great. A good 2.2 turbo diesel, 149 horsepower, is also expensive. And the base 2.0, 146 horsepower, does not cooperate with a hydraulic machine, only with a variator or manual gearbox. A 2014 to 2015 car with a mileage of 50 to 70,000 km can also be taken with a CVT. It is also reputed to be reliable. But it cannot be tormented off-road, as well as the all-wheel drive clutch. And with a careful attitude, the resource reaches 200,000 km. The combination of 2.0 with mechanics looks the most durable and less costly to maintain. There are 4x2 and 4x4 versions. Don't like the short service interval, 10,000 km, and high prices for consumables? Well, as you wanted, it's Toyota Honda CR-V. The fourth generation was produced until 2018, and it fits into our conditions with a creak. Cars cheaper than 1.5 million have high mileage, from 90 to 100,000 km and beyond. And for cars with runs of 50 to 70,000, the price is higher, about 1.6 million. However, you can find the golden mean among cars of 2013 to 2014. Mechanical boxes, a fair rarity. Front-wheel drive, single copies. The vast majority of cars, with a 2.0 engine, 150 horsepower, one of the best in the world, ready for 400,000 km. The hydraulic machine is just as strong and hardy. They say that up to 200,000 you cannot change the oil in it. But you better not try it. The all-wheel drive of the CR-V is designed to improve handling and is not suitable for heavy off-road. For the rest, we read the reviews of the owners. I passed 120,000 kilometers, I only changed consumables. What else is there? The list can be supplemented by Mitsubishi ASX and Hyundai Tucson, also with some reservations. Models of the premium sector, among which there are also worthy ones, with small runs will either be older or for other money. We will consider these options next time. Good luck with your purchases. That's all for me. Thank you all for your attention. I will be very grateful to you if you subscribe to the channel. See you soon.